All right, we are on day 4 of the Say It Louder challenge. Today, our task is to speak about our too muchness, where we have been told that we were too much. And actually, yes. Yes, I can absolutely relate to that. But I've been too much in many ways, actually. Uh, let's let's start to see. I think we are all too much in many ways, but in what ways have I been told that I was too much? I think yes, I have a very huge amount of intensity, and something that I've been told regularly when I was younger is just that I'm not realistic. Um, I'm too optimistic. I'm too idealistic. I'm too enthusiastic. uh, that okay, Mary, come down to earth. Not because I am, you know, how to say that. Not because I'm in New Age things. I was absolutely not in spirituality at that time, but I believed in something great. I had a very nice picture in my mind, and I really truly believed that humanity could be so much better, so much more responsible. And when I was young, I was in philosophy, and I was very committed, studying, passionate about politics and human sciences. I was in sociology, economics, etc. And in philosophy, I was reading a lot of classic authors. And my teachers at that time, when I was 15, 16, etc., 17, there were two kind of teachers. Many teachers used to tell me, Mary, who are you to think for yourself? We don't really care about what you think. You need to quote real authors, other authorities. Because in my copies, I used to be passionate and to speak, to say what I was thinking myself. And some other teachers I had, my philosophy teacher and my economics and sociology teacher at that time, were actually thanking me. They used to tell me, Mary, I have put you the highest mark, but I would like to put an even higher, because this is so important that you think properly, you think for yourself, and it's so precious for a teacher to see that the students are passionate and trying to have to use their common sense to think for themselves. So this is the two different reactions I used to have. But indeed, I was absolutely it was impossible for me to learn something from outside and simply deliver it as it was. I am a natural thinker. I need to think everything, and since my youngest age, I remember starting to think and to elaborate some theories. I was not even 6, So this has been my thing: observing, questioning, and making some statements that that are carrying their own originality. So a certain margin of freedom in my way of seeing things, which makes me like not really realistic if you compare it to what the majority of people think and how they embrace reality. They have a realistic point of view, which for me doesn't mean anything. But I do question a lot the nature of reality, which is actually the core of my work, to really work with reality, the substance of it. So, too abstract, too intense, too profound, and also very much too serious at the same time. Because I remember when I was, even before I entered a spiritual process, a healing process, I wanted to be healthy. I wanted to stop self-destroying myself. I wanted to stop wasting energy, wasting time, going to party. I wanted something very healthy. And people around me were telling me, "Well, Mary, you're going to have such a boring life if you don't have fun." And of course, I didn't resonate with that at all. I said, no, when you're healthy, when you're alive, I want to be fully alive. I want to be the most alive that it's possible to be. I want to be extremely alive. I want every second to be an orgasm of being alive. I want this truth. I want this. And this is why I took a path of very demanding commitment, like, with the psychedelics, and a very profound, deep inquiry, etc. So I went to walk a path of healing, so to speak, that was a very, very rigorous, very demanding, very, very, very strong, But I needed that. That's what I needed. My soul needed something, a strong structure, so that my intensity could be channeled in proper direction. And I could transform this intensity and this thirst for truth and for aliveness. I could turn it into devotion. Like I was yearning for devotion. But devotion to what? It took me a certain time to really understand which ways this devotion could unfold, could manifest itself, could take form, could shape itself into my reality, into my life. So, yes, my intensity before I could learn to channel it into something very healthy, very aligned, very in service to the living, in service to harmony, in service to real expansion. Before that, my intensity was very scary for many people, because I remember when I was in my early 20s, I want to share it with you because with examples it makes more sense. After a very hard, very hard, my heart was broken by my boyfriend who left me. He had cheated on me, etc. And I was such a mess after this situation. When in my early 20s again, I decided that I wanted to close it forever, and that I would actually enter an escort agency to use my beauty at that time in order to get money, because this is how the world around me was working. Everything was prostitution. So why wouldn't I enter directly to a luxury escort agency and simply get a man pay for me, and then I would have the freedom to think about what I really want to do? And I did it. I was lucky to meet a man who was really an angel and who told me, "Mary, you don't belong here." So please just do what's right for you. So I was lucky to find an angel on my path, because I had this intensity and I had this thirst for coherence, but I was looking for some coherence in a world that's completely perverted and dysfunctional. So I needed a strong guidance, and I found it. My soul has always been a strong compass to guide me to what I'm supposed to do and to who I'm supposed to be. So Today, I think this intensity is sort of a guarantee, of a level of exigence, of demanding that I have. I want nothing less but absolute aliveness, absolute coherence, absolute integrity, absolute service, absolute devotion. I carry this absoluteness that I guess we are many to have here, but I have found a way to really taste it, to feel it in myself as a human being, in this shape, in this form. As a human being, I can feel the absolute. I breathe it. I breathe it. And this is what I'm trying now, not trying, but I'm devoted to share it, to help people connect to the possibility to bring absolute into every single breath we take as human on earth, and see what we can do when we are connected to this frequency, to this way of being, to this embodiment of the absolute into matter. So, wow, 11 minutes. I think it's good for today. If you want to know a little bit more about, sharing, and mostly about this challenge, you can still comment louder and join the movement, so that you can also dive within yourself and see what you're made of and see what wants to come out, so that other people can feel you and resonate with you and use you as a permission slip to, express themselves as well. So see you soon.